Come on, right? Aren't we due? You're not due. I'm due.
Yeah,
you're not due.
I'm not due. I'm sorry that we're on the same thing because I might be the opposite of due. With the football.
What is the opposite of due?
Football / hockey, whatever.
You're don't.
Early hockey season, I had a good stretch there.
Don't is the opposite of do.
Yeah.
I am.
Got a nice guitar out of it, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah. Well, if we win, we'll never stop talking about it.
No, that's right.
There'll be. Is it national news if we win? Or is there a story? No.
No.
What is it if we win?
No.
If we hit Nick Emenwari, Seahawks safety, as the Super Bowl MVP at plus 50,000, what are we? Is there a parade? Is there anything in-house? Is there anything? There's just money.
I think there's just some money.
And pride.
Yeah.
I
don't even remember.
There's something. That's still good.
I was our buddy. I don't want to speak for you. My buddy Nate Geary. I think you like Nate. Anyway, I saw Nate tweet about that on Sunday. With the here's an idea. I'm like, dude,
where have you been?
Already there.
When did we do it?
But that was a week ago Friday.
Bet?
Yeah.
No, way before that. We bet this before the playoffs started. Before the Seahawks played a game.
Really? That long ago? It was 2 weeks ago with Sam?
Yes, it was before they played a game.
Because it was while the Bills were still alive?
Because I thought they would crush San Francisco.
Okay. Yeah.
And then crush the Rams. They did not crush the Rams.
No, but I don't. Oh, good. I'm glad you remember the timing, but I would have guessed it was the last time we talked to Sam. He didn't join me on Friday while you were off because he was flying. So I thought it would have been that week before, but if it was 2 weeks before that, even great. But when I saw Nate tweet that, I thought, this is one of these things where I don't have it saved anywhere, and I'm thinking, what did we do?
You don't have it?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure I have the message from Sam that had the information. You've got it.
I have a copy of the ticket.
Oh, all right.
He has the ticket.
Right.
I just have a picture of it.
Right. And he cut us in for 50 units each on his bet is what he told me he did. We're in for 100 split.
$10 each. And he's in for $5.
That's it? I thought it was.
Yes, that's it. You're thinking of Lindy Ruff now.
Oh, that's right. That's the bigger one. Yes.
How does that stand? Jack Adams.
I think that looks still great. Mm-hmm. Despite their actually losing a hockey game.
Who's going to win if he doesn't? Who wins? The
Colorado guy, if they end up with 10 losses or something on the year. I don't know. They're at 9 already.
See, why is that different? Why in hockey, if you walk in with the best team and then you come out with the best record, you're the coach of the year? That would never happen in the NFL.
I think if Andy Reid had gone 17-0 last season before last, he has a look at it. If you post a historic season with a already purported to be great team, I think you have a look at something. And I don't know if they may not be on track for a historic season anymore.
No.
In which case, I take it back. I mean, that was just a guy I thought of.
Well, he was the favorite when we did this.
Yeah. Detroit's guy could be, they're staring at a 10-year playoff drought.
Forget it. Right. Forget it.
Yeah, Don't
you think?
No, I think Lindy would have the upper hand on him. But you're asking, who are other contenders? If you rule out Bednar, I don't know.
It's a great bet. Lindy's a great bet.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah, you're right. I'm combining. So I have no idea what we did with Emenwari then, but I trust you. If it was 10 units a piece, I don't remember what we did because I'm commingling the Lindy Ruff Coach of the Year bet
each.
Okay,
which is half a unit, I think I would say for myself.
Okay,
Dan Muse. Does he have a look at the Jack Adams?
Sure, they've missed the playoffs a couple times in a row.
Who is Dan Muse, coach of the Penguins?
I think if Lindy gets the Sabres to a top 3 spot in the Atlantic Division, right? And I don't know why I'm differentiating. I mean, they could miss third. Right now, they're out of third by a point or 2, right? Because Montreal beat them head-to-head on Saturday night. I just feel like if you're that solid, instead of scrambling with everybody else for one of the wild card spots, then I think Ruff wins it.
He is pret-a-porter for this award. He is made to order. He is perfect for this. The season has a third left. It's the Buffalo Sabres. no one can physically remember the last time they were good, although he was the coach. So, interesting. Maybe he has something to do with it.
That also helps his case, I think.
They fire the GM and do nothing to the roster other than have a goalie get hurt at the time. And they just go off. Coaching job. Every aspect of it screams coaching job. They have a couple of great players. They're not loaded with them. Like, it's not Eichel or Reinhart. Like, it's not that anymore. Check. Like, I think it's in a great spot for him to win. And Travis, I listened to you and Travis on Friday. I read the article he wrote, which couples the Sabres and Utah. Frank, the story is Utah. So he's got these two teams, these woebegone franchises, amazing as I tweeted, you can even say about any team ever, decades of organizational futility. Like, how could ever a franchise, maybe like the 40s Cubs or something, decades of organizational futility, but that's accurate. The Sabres and Utah.
Arizona, yeah, right.
Yeah. So, like, maybe it's them too. They're in a better position for playoff odds than the Sabres are, but they don't have near as many points. I don't know. I went to Saturday's game. First time really feeling it. I was in there with my daughter. We were on the glass. Absolutely not only surrounded by Montreal fans, but and I mean this mostly as a compliment, although one guy almost punched me out at one point.
Oh, great.
I mean, I had a weekend of that. We'll get to it. Mostly, I mean this as a compliment. It's just like these people were crazed. Not just wearing a Canadiens jersey, but they were... I've never acted like this in my life anywhere as a sports fan. But they had nicknames for every player. I felt like I was maybe sitting on the Canadiens bench. Like, because they were all referring to Susie and Dobie. And, like, I'm thinking to myself, what is wrong with you? I mean, who does that? Who goes to games and talks about the players like they're friends? But, you know, maybe that's how you're supposed to do it. Like, they were just super into it and loud and relentless. And I know that came across to the fans, to the players.
Yeah.
And I tweeted this yesterday. I would just say, everybody if anybody's like worked up over that, don't be. Because this is a Saturday night, months out when the schedule comes out, and Sabres fans would have been like, so what? I've paid up for these kind of games 20 times in the last decade, and I'm always disappointed. So whatever, like, you're not necessarily going to commit to that. And a Montreal fan, be they in Southern Ontario or Western New York or farther away, is like, oh, that's perfect. Saturday at 7, maybe we stay overnight.
Right.
Like, it's a whole thing. And that was reflected in the crowd. If it's a Wednesday in November, the crowd is not like that because that many people wouldn't bother to come down.
The crowd the previous Thursday was not like that. There were Montreal fans for that.
Exactly.
But it wasn't to me overwhelming. Nobody in the Sabre locker room was talking. Of course, they won the game, so that it might be different. But yeah, no, I think that's exactly right. And the fact that the Sabres currently have around 9,000 season ticket holders tells you that almost half the building, more than half the building, is available on a single game basis. So, like, I'm looking to go see the Red Sox in either Cleveland or Pittsburgh. You know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for single game tickets to go on sale, and I'm just going to go see what happens at the box office.
Are you ever waiting for that to happen in Pittsburgh,
I really
by
am.
the way?
I probably am going to strike out because I'm probably going to get gobbled up, and I'll end up on the secondary market anyway. But I'm like, well, at least I'll try, right? And maybe that happens here, too. I don't know.
Well, a lot of those, whatever the number really is, Bulldog, that Sabres season ticket number is largely not even the fans. Like, it's
right, a lot of it is
brokers
secondary market to begin with.
It's not even like the people we're mad at, we're pretending or think we're mad at because they, in theory, sold their tickets to Montreal fans. And, like, I'm not even sure how much of that really happened, but some of it would have. But it didn't really even need to be that because Montreal fans could have just bought as many seats as that almost anyway.
Right.
And that's probably happened. But it's just an easy date to make. You know, it's way off and just like we can build around it. And that's, I think, probably what happened. But it was just crazy to me. I was there with my 14-year-old daughter, and like she hears. She's a teenager. Like she speaks the language. She's not,
right.
She's not,
and she's a hockey player.
Bothered.
Like,
right.
She's
around. Used to it.
Yep.
I mean, she's not fazed by what it sounds like. But holy cow! I mean, just some of these people were like kind of rude and really flaunting their fandom, which, again, to a point at least, is what you can do, or maybe even supposed to do, if you go on the road. I mean, when I was younger, I went on road trips to see the Bills and Sabres, and I was probably more aggressive on those trips than I would have been at home, where everybody around me is usually rooting for the same team.
Right.
But I don't think Darlene was like at all really mean-spirited or bitter when he said what he said. And I know from listening to the post-game show that night, that's my level right now. I'm listening to the post-game show. And Brian was excellent. They went really long and talked about all this stuff. But yeah, I just really don't. It's 2 days later anyway now. They play tonight. Like, I don't know if it's old news or whatever, but something that from the weekend that was interesting. And it was a great game,
Absolutely was. Yeah,
very even game.
These 3 games that they have played recently, I don't remember the earlier game in Montreal. I really don't. I mean, I could look at the stats and whatever, but these 3 games that they've played in just about a little more than 2 weeks, to me, have been 3 of the best games I've watched all year. And I watch a hockey game every night. I often do watch Montreal if they're playing and Buffalo's not, because I like watching them play. And I also happen to think it'll be informative at some point, because I think they're going to be, like, if these, right now, they are 2 of the hottest young rising teams in the league. And so that could be something that we're talking about for hopefully 5 years or more with the current crop of players that they've got. So I like watching them, and it's a perfect match. Like, it's just everything that I want, and it's even gotten a little bit nasty at certain points. Like, it's not brawl nasty. I don't necessarily need that, but there's animosity there. I think that both teams know what the other is, and that they're a little bit of the Spider-Man meme right now. Like not that Montreal's been in the desert like Buffalo or Detroit has been, but still, like, they haven't been a contending team. Even that year they made the final, and it was just out of all the Canadian teams. That's an asterisk if there ever was one.
The world tried so hard to get Canada a cup for the first time
right.
in 30 plus years, and they still couldn't
make it happen.
It didn't happen. So Florida tonight, Tampa tomorrow. Would you take 2 points?
2 points I think would be a good job, but
you want to
I want 3 or 4. Like, can I get an overtime loss?
Anybody would take 3 or 4. Though.
Yeah, right. I don't think I want to sign for 2 out of 2 points.
What if you got 3 but a Patriots win? Would you take 3 and a Patriots Super Bowl
the Patriots win isn't going to mean anything to me.
All right, so that's out. That didn't
that would not that
didn't work.
That doesn't. I'm not going to cross over like that.
You don't care if they win?
No, I care if they win, but the Sabres, I don't want to make it a transactional between the Sabres results and like I definitely don't want New England to win, but I would take 3 out of 4 points in a New England Super Bowl win. I don't care.
Okay. What if?
And the reason I want to say I wouldn't just take 2 is Tampa just played this long, drawn-out shootout, eventually outdoor game. Their next game is tomorrow night against Buffalo. Like, that to me is a distraction waiting to happen. And I've got Florida, who still is missing kingpin guys. I mean, they've got Matthew Tkachuk back, but they're still down dudes. Marchand and Barkov to be the
Barkov for the year.
Right. I mean, he's skating again. He may get back at some point, but he has not played a single minute this year because he got hurt in August or September or whatever, early.
Camp, yeah.
So I'm 8 points up on Florida right now. Like, I know who they are, and they beat one of the few Sabre losses here recently. They beat them here in Buffalo a couple of weeks back, or maybe a little longer than that.
January 12th.
Okay,
maybe.
Thank you. So I don't want to just settle for I'll just take a split. I feel like I should be able to get Tampa.
Really?
Coming off of that, the emotional high, the big comeback, and the goalie fight and everything. Like, I don't know.
Well, the Sabres have tonight's game to go through first.
That's right.
So they'll have their own bumps and bruises.
Adversity.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
You watched last night?
I did. Yeah, I watched. Yeah.
I thought about it.
I watched like a moron.
Here we go.
I saw 6:30 as the listed time for the game and thought, okay, well, 6:30, I know that probably means 6:40 or maybe even 6:45. It's a big special event game. So I waited until the golf was on. That was pretty anticlimactic, but I still watched Justin Rose. Just, had a great week, wire-to-wire win for him at age 45 at the Farmers. And
the Farmers.
See how casual they can just say what tournament? I'm
the Farmers.
I'm that guy now. Anyway, Waste Management this week.
What is it about golf that makes you that way? Because you would never just sort of name NFL stadiums or NHL arenas by their corporate names.
It means you're paying attention enough to hear Jim Nantz say what the name of the tournament is enough times that it penetrates to the point where I'm just regurgitating it I talk about watching the golf.
You got to go with the course name instead.
Okay, well.
Torrey Pines. Well, you do you, I guess. But yes, Torrey Pines.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But anyway, 6:30. All right, 6 o'clock, I'll turn on the pregame. It was an hour. They didn't drop the puck until after 7 o'clock. Now, I don't know. I wasn't taking notes, so I don't know if there was some technical problem or legit, like a problem with the ice or something or what, but they never said that. And a 6:30 start time was after 7 before they dropped the puck, which was annoying because the pregame show was unfortunate, I would say is one word.
You said something about pirate costumes.
They were dressed. They had Mark Messier. Right? To say nothing of Steve Levy and PK Subban, but like Mark Messier dressed up like a pirate.
You think he should be above that?
Yeah, I do. I think Post Malone should be above that. Like, I don't know, what are we doing here? And not only, I thought it was just for maybe a segment because they were on the pirate ship, and it turned out that the whole thing had a big pirate motif. The team introductions were pirates. It was a pirate. That maybe for a segment. No, they had pirate outfits on all night long.
Pirate.
The poor Mark Messier, one of the greatest figures in NHL history. Credit to them for not being above it, but credit to them. I thought the whole thing was preposterous.
Mark's down. And
I was annoyed because I thought, I'll just watch this for a little while, and it turned into an hour, which was, tough. But anyway,
you imagine
I did watch the game.
If they just told us, like, you guys are going to wear pirate costumes today. We are streaming.
Right.
Listen, 3 words, no.
Right.
I don't care who you are. Messier, Subban, who else? I don't even care who. No.
Steve Levy's the host.
Listen, no.
Right. I'm not putting on a pirate outfit.
I'm not doing this. Get someone else.
Yep. So, anyway, yeah.
Puffy shirts?
Dude, yeah.
Fake tattoos?
Messier might have had an eye patch. I swear to God, it was incredible. Yeah, it was really something.
Terrible.
But the game itself was kind of like a dud for a while. And then, the goalie fight happened and Tampa mounted a huge comeback and it turned into a great, maybe the best outdoor game there's ever been.
Wow. Went
to a shootout and was really, really competitive and fun. And unfortunately, nobody won in regulation.
Right. Well, I almost want to say I couldn't be more excited for the next 2+ months here. I really do feel excited, and I'm totally into what the Sabres have pulled off so far, and I loved Saturday night. It's how I am. Like, maybe literally somehow I could be more excited, so I don't want to say I could not be more excited. Mm-hmm. But I'm really into it. And I think we have the deadline coming up. They have a young team. Montreal and Buffalo are the 2 youngest teams in the NHL. Maybe that's going to be a playoff series. That'll take you back. There's just so much to look forward to here, hopefully. I just hope their goaltending is actually good enough. Because the rest of it, I can just kind of think, I sort of feel like I can trust it. And even the power play, Chad DiDomenicis was great today on the power play and how they're just sort of so pushing into Dahlin and Thompson. It really isn't that smart. Just really good work by Chad. But, they get the zone. Last Saturday night, they can get in there and, you get a little bit lucky and then you're 3 for 5 some night or something like that.
Yep.
So I don't think it's necessarily that far off. Defensively, I'm not worried about anything unless they have a big injury. I think like they're just really they're so big. I watched the game from ice level on Saturday. I know their heights, but those 4 guys are all so long.
Yeah.
And it's just really tough to get through them. I mean, you have to get around them, and you can't get around them because the reach.
Yep.
But I don't know if the goaltending as a group is good enough. I mean, it's just so random, and it fluctuates so wildly.
Lyon has run really hot almost all year. Like his goals saved above expected it's like above 10, I think, which is a really big number.
Right. And he was, it was a tough game for him. I don't mean like by his play, just in general. I mean, there was a lot of action. He had to be good. He was fine, but they got him on a couple, and I wouldn't say he was bad or anything. But we don't know that. We've talked about this versus 2006, and I think Ryan Miller and even Marty Baron, who didn't get enough credit for how good he was ever in his career, I think, that was pretty easy to trust, those 2 guys. And, Miller was going to play all of it. And I don't remember having any issue trusting him going into the playoffs. He was sort of one of them, and young and an exciting prospect in these things. And now, even if it's Luukkonen, I don't know what I've got with Lyon and Luukkonen. So fingers are crossed.
Yeah.
They've got 3 games this week without Luukkonen.
And Ellis almost certainly plays tomorrow in Tampa, I would expect. Lyon is, I think, the way it was reading, he should go tonight. He was in the starter net, according to Paul, who's on the trip. So I would assume you're going to get Ellis tomorrow and then Lyon on Thursday, and then you're off for 20 days, which is the only thing about the timing of the Olympic break that lines up is that they did suffer the Luukkonen injury, and hopefully that doesn't keep him out of the Olympics. It would be a great sign if he's healthy enough to go do that. But my focus is more on, is he ready when they come back after, on February 25th or whatever day it is that they come back and play. Because I'm more worried if they have to count on Ellis than I am if it's Luukkonen and Lyon. But it is, either way, it is still a spot you could worry about.
And I don't really know how you can address it either, but that's a conversation we can have. Mike Schopp and the Bulldog here. Thanks for listening. 803-0550 for your calls. Lots of football. Ross Tucker is going to join us today. Is this it for Ross, or are we doing next week with him? I don't know. But
it's up to him, I think. Yeah.
Up to him. He's out in San Francisco for the beginning of Super Bowl week, Radio Row and all of that. We'll talk to Ross at 4. Sal Capaccio at 5, the Jim Leonard hire, and sort of settling in on the new Bills, the new staff at least. So that'll be 5 o'clock. 6 o'clock for Sabres pregame. Want to make sure Bulldog knows so he doesn't get mad tuning in too early or whatever, missing something. 6 o'clock for pregame. The game's just after 7. Everybody knows.